Hello everyone, welcome back to my podcast. I am Ian McCormick. Chapter 2, The Box Jellyfish. Your eyes saw my unfold body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. Psalm 139:16 NIV. Back in Mauritius again for a few weeks, I rented a house, reconnected with my Creole friends, and spent my time surfing and night diving. One evening, a week before I was due to leave for New Zealand, a diving friend came to my house and asked me to come out night diving with him. I walked out onto my veranda and saw a huge electrical storm raging out at sea. The white electric lightning flashes were illuminating the black sky. I turned to my friend Simon and asked, "Are you sure? Have you seen the storm?" I was afraid the storm would bring up too much surf onto the reef and become dangerous, but Simon replied, "It'll be okay. We'll go about 5 miles down the coast to a very beautiful part of the reef to dive tonight. You'll be amazed how beautiful it is." In the end, he talked me into it. It was about 11 o'clock at night. I got all my gear, jumped in the boat, and off we all went. Simon, another local diver, a boat boy, and myself. We rowed down the coast to the spot that Simon had talked about. We were about half a mile off the actual island. The boat was sitting in the inner lagoon, and we were going to dive on the outer part of the reef, where it drops away steeply into the ocean. It really was as beautiful as Simon had said it would be. We dived in. I went up the reef, and my two friends went down the reef. Normally we would stick together, but for some reason we got separated. I was looking for crayfish when my flashlight beam picked out a strange sea creature in the dark water. It looked like a squid. Curious, I swam closer to it and actually reached out my hand and grabbed it. I had my diving gloves on, and it squeezed through my fingers like a jellyfish. As it floated away, I watched it, intrigued, as it was a very odd-looking jellyfish. It had what appeared to be a squid's bell-shaped head, but its back was box-shaped, and it had very unusual, transparent, finger-like tentacles stretching way out behind it. I'd never seen that type of jellyfish before, but I turned away from it and continued with my crayfish search. As I turned my flashlight back onto the reef, suddenly something smashed into my forearm like 1,000 volts of electricity. I swung around to see what it was. I had a short-arm wetsuit on, so the only part of my body that wasn't covered by a wetsuit was my forearms. Something had brushed past me and stung me with incredible intensity. It was like standing on wet concrete, barefoot, and resting your hand right up against the electrical mains. I recoiled from it in fright and searched frantically with my flashlight to find out what it was or where it was, but I couldn't see what had hit me. Maybe something had bitten me, or I'd cut myself on the reef. I looked down at my arm to see if there was any blood, but there was nothing, just a throbbing pain. I rubbed it, which turned out to be one of the worst things I could have done, as it served to rub the poison into my bloodstream. By now, the pain seemed to be numbing out a bit, so I thought, I'll just get a crayfish, and then I'll go back and ask the boy at the boat what it was. I didn't want to get paranoid. I knew it was very important for my own safety as a diver not to panic. So I went to get a crayfish. As I was diving under again, I saw these same jellyfish creatures that I had seen a few minutes ago. Two of them were slowly, eerily pulsating towards me with their long tentacles swirling behind them. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw their tentacles brush past my arm. As they touched my arm, I was again jolted by a startling electric shock. It just about knocked me for 6 in the water. I suddenly realized what it was that had hit me the first time. I knew from my life-saving experience that some jellyfish are incredibly poisonous. As a child, I had hay fever and had such bad allergic reactions that if I got stung by a bee, my leg would swell up like a balloon. Thanks for listening today. Please stay with me as I take you through that journey, one that's shaped my purpose ever since. See you tomorrow.